What's going on, people, and welcome to Man Knows Football. You are here with Guni, and you know exactly why I am here. This is one of two videos that I'm about to put out. This one, the first one, is gonna be on the UEFA Super Cup. Yes, Chelsea are UEFA Super Cup champions. Yes, I know it's 24 hours later, but here we are. But before I get into that content, make sure you like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I did say this is going to be one of two videos because we did have an announcement today at Chelsea. I wasn't expecting to make this video. Romelu Lukaku has officially signed. Chelsea have announced it. Lukaku is standing there with the shirt next to Marina as an official Chelsea player, but that video is going to come next after this one. So we're going to get into the UEFA Super Cup. Right, so let me start off with I was doing a watch along over there on Troops TV. Back again. The footage is still up there. When I tell you entertaining is an understatement, it was a vibes, mate. I went absolutely crazy when Kepa made that save. Oh my god, listen, I'm not even going to say anymore. Here's the footage.
Oh, Albiols, oh my days.
Gonna save it. Yeah, you see, he's gonna tell you where to go as well. Tell him which way to go, Kepa.
He's gonna miss.
Tell him which way to go, Kepa.
He's gonna miss. Ah, he's gonna fucking miss.
Ah, look at him.
Ah, he's gonna miss. Watch Guni go mad now.
Tell him which way to go, Kepa. Tell him which way to go. Tell him which way to go, Kepa. And then fucking save it. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, I'm not breaking your laptop. Yes. Come on! I didn't mean to throw the shirt, but come on! Champions! First trophy of the season! Come on! I ain't really got any words to explain what was going on there. It was just a pure passion moment. I was just elated, fam. You know, like when you're just super happy, like you just won something. I was just over the moon. But yeah, there's that. But anyway, let's go into the game. We're going to start off with the lineups. The same lineup that we started with against Tottenham in the friendly. So I wasn't too surprised to see that. We look pretty good. We look pretty good, but obviously given what's at stake here, the UEFA Super Cup, and our previous history in the competition, I was still nonetheless surprised to see that lineup. If you don't know the history of Chelsea, this competition, the last time we won this was 23 years ago against Real Madrid in Monaco. Gus Poyet scored in the second half, the only goal of the game, and he did get man of the match. My memory is actually working today, unlike yesterday when I got the Trevor Chalobah loan mixed up with Ren. He was actually a loan at Lorient. So those of you people in the comments saying, listen, yeah, Chelsea had about 20 youth players on loan. You can't get them all right all the time. I'm a human being just like you are. But anyway, we're going to move on from that. Time after that was in the competition was in 2012, where we played an imperious Atletico Madrid, who had Radamel Falcao, who looked like he was going to become one of the elite strikers ever to play football. And when I say that, I am not exaggerating. He could have been one of the best strikers to ever play the game. First half hat-trick, game was done by then. The score ended up 4-1. Miranda scored the fourth goal for Atletico Madrid. I believe it was Gary Cahill that scored the consolation goal for Chelsea, but either way, it led to an L. The next time was 2013 against Bayern Munich. Yes, Champions League holders Bayern Munich against Chelsea. The game ended 2-2, so we did put up a fight, but it got to penalties. Unfortunately, 5-4. Bayern Munich win on penalties. Fast forward to 2019. Liverpool. Photocopy of what happened in 2013 against Bayern in terms of the scoreline. 2-2. Penalty kicks, it was 5-4 Bayern Munich. So just imagine. So a lot of you that are watching and thinking, oh, why? It's not that deep. It's just like a glorified European friendly. Listen, man. Explaining that as a fan, having to go through that 3 times in a row, particularly the last 2 times losing in the same manner, it was personal. So it was just nice to be able to just lift that trophy. I was so happy for the boys, especially even this crop of boys. I mean, they've lost a few penalty shootouts, obviously the Carabao Cup that we did lose. So we do have a history of losing penalties. So to get over that hump is a very encouraging sign. So congratulations to the boys for doing that. But yeah, as we do get into that, so we do get into the game, same lineup as we did have against Tottenham. The first 20 minutes we played some absolute like champagne football, blood. It was proper. It was like the boys were just on it. The tactics just, they were flowing like water, fam. Literally just like water into a cup. It was just smooth as eggs, bro. Couple of mentions there. Marcus Alonso was just on point. He was playing out of his skin. Hakim Ziyech just looked marvellous. But it's like I said in the previous fan cam on Troops TV, I was expecting him to pick up from his form in the friendlies and carry it on throughout the season. Unfortunately for him, he had to be taken off. We're going to come on to that point later on in the game when we address the goal. But yeah, the movement was fantastic. Unai Emery's Villareal, we expected them to sit back and to be compact, as Unai Emery is famous for doing. I mean, Unai Emery is no mug. He got to this competition for a reason. He's got an incredible record in European finals, just not against Chelsea. But so he's no mug. So Chelsea, well, while they were happy to sit back and absorb the pressure and try and hit us on the counter-attack, Chelsea were happy to hold possession. And the thing is like I say, with a squad like Chelsea and the amount of intelligence going forward, doesn't matter how good you are and how compact you can stay, we will find a way to break you down. We've got the manager for it. We've got the personnel on the field to make it happen. I mean, come on. Kai Havertz, look at him, creative genius. Timo Werner, although he's not got his shooting boots on, his movement is impeccable. The way he draws out defenders from position and leaves space for other players is impeccable. Timo Werner has his uses. He's got a lot of goal contributions. You just got to know football and watch what he's doing outside of the goals. And then obviously Hakim Ziyech was, bam, on point. So yeah, we did break them down. We did get the goal. Fantastic, lovely move from that maestro Kai Havertz on that left side. Spots Ziyech in the middle of the box. Drives in a low cross. Admittedly, Ziyech, he does miss-hit the ball. But it was fortunate because I am convinced that the ball, that bounce of the ball, was enough to put it over the line and make it a goal. Because like, it did deceive the goalkeeper. I reckon if it didn't bounce, maybe the keeper would have got a hand to it. So thank God he mishit that. But nonetheless, 1-0, it was good. But not too long after that, Villareal, they have a corner. One of their defenders goes up for a header. I think he went for leverage on Ziyech. I can't remember completely, something like that. But either way, it ended up with Ziyech dislocating his shoulder. The report was it was an anterior dislocation in his shoulder. I'm not sure how long that's going to keep him out for. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physio, but it don't sound too good. The man looked like he was in agony. His arm was in a sling and all that. So we wish him the best recovery, you know what I'm saying? But you see, when Ziyech came off, Pulisic came on, and you could see that things were starting to kind of go left for Chelsea a little bit. We had a little bit of a warning towards the second half, towards the end of the first half, but we came out unscathed. Second half now was a completely different story. Completely different story. And I'm not really going to put this down to just the players not having the composure or their heads just going. I've sat down and I've looked at it like the players were absolutely fatigued, man. It was just a matter of fatigue. Like, they just couldn't run. I was just seeing, like, you could see Havertz's legs were heavy. You could see Alonso weren't moving the same way he was moving in the first half. Callum Hudson-Odoi, Kovacic, all of them, they weren't really moving the same as they were in the first half. So I wasn't really too worried about that. But nonetheless, it was squeaky bum time, man. Villareal did come at us. They showed that they weren't there to play. They wanted to win the trophy. They were beating us in the midfield. They just had the legs. They were stretching us. They were pulling us out of position. That was making life difficult for us. And eventually, they did get the breakthrough. Rudiger, unfortunately, plays a misplaced pass, and he was out of position. Dia from Villareal absolutely exploited that position. Rudiger did try to get back. He was beaten because Dia outsmarted him. Played a lovely back heel into, I think it was Gerrard. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But he plays it to Gerrard. He plays an absolutely fantastic finish. Nothing really Mendy can do. 1-1. Now this is where my nerves start to go crazy. So after that, though, I will say we did start to improve. We did pick up. It was a warning sign. We did show like, okay, boys, we need to really get our heads back into it. We did have some chances through the second half. Unfortunately, we didn't take them. The game went into extra time. 90 minutes of football played. The funny thing is, though, you see when we went into extra time, Chelsea kind of looked, we looked a lot better. We looked like we was creating a lot more chances. Villareal were just happy to take it to pens. You can see they were sitting back. They was absorbing, resorting to the first 20 minutes of what Unai Emery was doing in the first half. So they was just absorbing the pressure. Chelsea did look good. We did have opportunities. We didn't put them away. Penalties came, and listen, the substitutions. I know there was different substitutions made, but this is one key substitution that I want to talk about. Replacing a very, very good goalkeeper, Mendy. In fact, this is the part where I'm going to go through the players that I was very impressed with. Obviously, Chalobah's going to be in that one, but Mendy, he came off for Kepa for the penalties with, I think it was 3 minutes to go of the second half of extra time. But Mendy had an absolutely fantastic game, made a world-class save. Honestly, if it wasn't for him, Villareal may have lifted that trophy, because Mendy did come out. There was one opportunity where he rushed off his line, quick to save that, and then there was another glorious save that he made. It might have been off the back of his mistake, actually, where it was one-on-one. The player opened up his body properly, tried to put it in a far corner, looked like it was going in, but Mendy got a touch and put it against the post. It was an absolute world-class save. Mendy, definitely, the conversation of him being a world-class keeper has to be had. It will definitely be. I think that conversation will be had at the end of the season as to where he'll be placed in the top 5 goalkeepers in the world. Remember, I said it here. I hope I don't look dumb, but yeah, Mendy, excellent game. 2 mistakes that I can think of, obviously the misplaced pass and then the slip, but that wasn't really his fault. He slipped, he just lost his balance. Excellent game. Trevor, me young gun driller. If you're from England, you already know what that one's about there. Yeah? You see, man, that Trevor, boy, Academy you came through. Oh my days. The first half he was alright. He weren't terrible. He was alright. Second half he kicked on though. He was absolutely perfect. Perfect. Listen, the maturity that he showed. Granted, he's 22 or 23, but the maturity that he showed for that age in the defensive position was amazing. It was so encouraging. The timing of the tackles, just having the strength just to body the players off the ball, man. Just knowing where to be at the right time. Trevor was just, listen, hats off to him. And there I was concerned. Tomori would just sold him. He looked like a really good centre-back. Now he's at AC Milan. Mark Guehi, he looked quite promising. Admittedly, didn't kick a ball for Chelsea in the first team really like that. So he got sold for 20 million. But then you can see we got man like Trevor Chalobah. Shout out Trevor, man. You really made a case for man of the match. I did give it to Mendy because I do believe he kept us in the game, as did you, but I had to go with Mendy. You were very close second. So shout out Trevor. Excellent game. Kai Havertz, I'm not really going to be too critical on. He didn't have his best game. He did get the assist. There was a couple of opportunities where he could have taken advantage of some of Alonso's crosses through to the middle. But again, I'm going to put it down to fatigue. He didn't have the legs to get there. He was tired. But yeah, come down to the penalties. The penalties was just, man. When Kepa came on, I will say this, yeah. In the watch-along, with Troops and Zar, I did say Kepa looks confident and I reckon he's going to save a couple. So I was confident he was going to do his job. Unfortunately, Kai Havertz, he missed the first penalty. I don't think he should have taken the first penalty because his legs were shot to pieces. Where this brother was going to generate power from to get that, to score a penalty, I don't know. I think that was a bit of a bad decision, but it is what it is. We got away with it. He missed the first penalty, but all the other penalties that we had, we tucked them away. So that's what matters. But the key moment, Kepa, the once Chelsea villain that even me, I wanted to see the back of. I still want to see the back of him, but hopefully this raises his value. He became the hero, man. He saved that penalty. He saved Raul Albiols' penalty. UEFA Super Cup champions. Come on, we did it. We tried on our last 3 attempts. We lost, but this time we didn't lose. What a fantastic way to start the season. Positive way to start the season with some silverware. You start things as you mean to go along. Hopefully at the end of the season, we're going to win the Prem. Hopefully at the end of the season, we'll win the FA Cup. And hopefully we'll win the big ears once again. Come on, Chelsea. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. All of that good stuff. You get me? So far, you've been fantastic. We've crossed the 400 barrier, but please keep them coming. Keep them coming. Help this channel grow. Let's grow a community out here. You get me? Listen, thank you so much for watching. Bless.